Hello everybody and welcome back to another fantastic video. Today we are out in Lake Havasu for the UTV World Championships race with the LASD Motorsports. I'm trying to hide in this container because it's really loud outside with all these vehicles. Now since the last race 2 weeks ago, we have added a few more things to the race vehicle to try to make it a little more reliable and a little more usable for the race and less breakdowns and whatnot. So let's go run over what we've added at Privateer Motorsports this past week or two. So first things first, we picked up a new sponsor in the past few weeks, anti-gravity batteries. Unfortunately, we just don't have the time to be taking out the whole seat right now to show you the battery, but underneath this seat, we have a brand new lithium battery. It's so much lighter than the one we were running, and it also has Bluetooth, so you can connect to an app and run the diagnostics and see all the stats on your battery. So that's really cool to have added. Now, as far as the shocks go, I know I said we were going to get them revalved, but we just did not have enough time in the past 2 weeks with everything else we were doing. So we're actually going to go meet up with Fox right now, and they're going to tune them even more than we have at the past race in this past week. And we're just going to try to get the most that we can out of them until we send them off to get revalved after this race. The next thing we did is we added a sprayer to the clutch. This is the water tank right here mounted up in the bed, running the lines through the bucket down into the clutch cover, and it's going to spray water in there to try to keep the temperatures cool. Unfortunately, we're running into a problem right now where it's leaking and filling up the clutch case with water, so we have it undone right now, draining it out, and we're actually having the guys from Privateer take a look at it and see if we could fix it, or we might just not even be able to run it this race.
You can fix it? All right, for sure.
It needs the T. Where'd that stuff go, Mike? Where did it go, the bag?
Oh, wait, I found that key.
You need to install the T, put a lead up, point the arrow into the T.
Hey, where's Garrett? Hey, find Garrett. You gotta go to the house.
All right, so I don't know if you could hear over all the razors and everything, but essentially it was just a simple install error. One more part that we need to go grab from the house to make the leaking stop. And lastly, here on the clutch, we got a new belt. We added some weights to the clutch, so we're just trying to make it overall a lot more reliable. The temperatures are also going to be a lot cooler this race, so we shouldn't run into as many problems. Garrett! We got to go to the house.
Dude, why?
Made it over to Fox and their trailer, and we got the tech working on our shocks right now, getting the optimal tune, the best we can do with what we got right now, before we can switch up the setup for the Mint. Now that we're back from Fox and we got the shocks tuned, the last thing that we're looking to do is dry out this clutch and get it to stop leaking. I don't know if you can see that water dripping right there, but not supposed to be doing that. So Garrett's about 10 minutes out with the part we need to hopefully fix this, and if it doesn't work, then maybe we're just going to disconnect it altogether. Because essentially the problem we're having right now is the belt is slipping because it is wet in there and just not at hot temperatures. Ideally, I think it's supposed to be running pretty hot like a race, and then you spray the water in so it cools it down and kind of dries up pretty fast. But now that it's not hot and it's just sitting and filling with water, we've got a lot of slippage going on. So in turn, that turns into more heat. So we're gonna see if we're running at this race.
So right here, it's supposed to be the T, then there's a line needs to go up here, and you just like hide it over here, and that thing needs to go on that. So then when it starts, like the water starts draining, it can't go through it.
Oh, so we have to put a little piece. So if I just put the T here.
Yeah, then you run a line up with it right here. You just have the thing right there and another zip tie or whatever, and you're good to go. Because what happens is the water is pushing past that motor.
Garrett might have some. You have zip ties? We're gonna give a big shout out to Ricky from Privateer. He came in last minute, last 20 minutes before we had to leave, and he got that piece in. It's a little T piece, I guess, so it kind of regulates the water getting through and not through the motor. So refilled the tank, Everything's hooked up. Hopefully it's not leaking in there. They sprayed it and tested it before we put the cover back on, and everything seemed fine. I guess we'll just have to get during race report from the racers to see if it's still slipping, and if so, they'll bring it into the pits and we'll open it, see if there's water in there and whatnot. But for now, everything should be buttoned up, perfectly ready to go. Shocks are tuned, clutch sprayer fixed.
For those who are wondering why we're out here racing and our car looks more stock than everybody else, a couple reasons. We believe in the spirit of the rally class. The rally class was actually meant as an introductory class into racing. It's low budget. There's only a few things that anybody has to do to their car to make it legal to race. For instance, the aftermarket cage with the intrusion in the front for safety. We have to hard mount the seats to the frame, so it requires a little modification, but not much. The harnesses have to be mounted to the frame as well. Nets, we have to install nets. Fire extinguisher things have to be mounted, and of course be able to accompany our tools and stuff. Now this is a 4-seater, and basically what we did is we pulled the back seats out and we used the back space for our gear. So we got our tool kit, our first aid kit, our impact wrench. We need to change a tire. We strap down our spare, and of course we got water and some safety supplies like granola bars if we get stuck out there. So like I said, rally class, it's pretty much stock, and that's the way the class was intended to be. You can bring, somebody can put the least amount of money into the car, go out and race and see if they like it, and then they can decide whether they want to start going all out on the fabrication and build high performance race cars. So we believe in staying to the spirit of the rally class. Another reason, with our partners Polaris Government Defense, keep it somewhat stock for the most part, so that they can show people, hey, look, we got a stock vehicle out there racing, and it's giving people a run for their money. So it promotes the product for our partners at Polaris Government Defense. And then the third reason, well, kind of stock like a police car. I liken it to the thought of taking a Crown Vic police car, taking it out to the drag strip and let people running against the police, in a Crown Vic. It's fun to do. So, I mean, we provide the opportunity for people to run from the sheriff, to run after the sheriff, or in some cases you can run into the sheriff without going to jail. But yeah, that's why we're where we're at. At some point we may get to a position where we can get some more sponsorships and some more money, and we may go ahead and build a pro car. And Eric and I can step it up in our competition. We'll get there, but right now we're having a lot of fun just running the rally, letting people come up and run against the sheriff. Yeah, so if anybody has any questions of why our car looks more stock than anybody else, those are the reasons why.
And we'll see you in about 7 hours.
Good luck, guys.
Oh no, 5.5. Oh, what?
Because it's an hour behind.
Oh shit. An hour behind?
That's what it said.
So,
Nobody knows. It's not like they're sending anybody around to tell anybody. So everybody's pulling up, and then everybody's trying to back up, go back to their pits, and it's a cluster and a half. But pretty much, I mean, you guys got to wait till the 1000s for it to get done. So I would say once the 1000s hit the track, start cruising over there. I would
We don't know what's going on right now. Apparently, I don't know. Do you know why it got pushed back? So for some reason, all the start times are getting pushed back. Like they're just running late on a bunch of the races. So we were supposed to start, or at least stage, like 30 minutes ago, and we're supposed to start in 30 minutes, but another race just took off right now. So our time's getting pushed back, but apparently they only have permits out here for the races to go till 7. So we don't know how this is gonna work. We don't know if we're gonna get to finish a full race. So we're just waiting to see how they're gonna set this up, because we haven't been told anything. We've just been told by word of mouth of other people in our class. Apparently they went out and tried to stage, but the other class was there, so they came back and they were telling us. Nobody from the event's actually telling us, so we're not too sure what's going on. Either way, we're gonna go in, try to talk to somebody and figure it out. Grab some food too, because your boy's a little hungry.
You might have to do that. After a lot of uncertainty and knowing what's going on, we're staged, and I think the last
race, or the race before us just ended, so we're gonna be going anytime now. Garrett's waiting in line to get in the pits. I'm gonna start the GoPros for them before they take off, then meet up with him. Then we'll get it all going. If you guys don't follow LASD_Polaris on Instagram, go ahead and do that, because co-pilot Bob here likes to go on Instagram live during the race. So if you guys ever want to watch these races live from home, LASD_Polaris, he will be live streaming all the races we do. All right, they finally kicked me out because the race is about to start. I got the GoPros rolling and I'm heading back to the pits to meet up with Garrett, who kind of struggled to find a pitting spot because all these teams, I guess, they have their truck and then the pit in front, and then they're setting up like easy ups on the side so they have shade to sit in, which is taking up spots for people who need to pit. So I think he found a spot. We're gonna head down there and help him set up. First set of guys just took off. We're about, I wanna say like eight rows back. So hopefully I can make it to the truck or find the truck by the time they take off. I don't know. Garrett, watch him take off from the line. The outside line, you see that rut? Any car has taken off from the outside, like the vendor side, their backing gets caught in a rut and they start to fishtail out. Yeah, the other side's got a lot more stable takeoff. So if it looks like the guy we were lined up with took off a lot faster than us, we think it's because he did. We think he jumped the green light and kind of got a false start, which is a penalty of 5 minutes. So I guess once the official results come out, we'll see if he had actually jumped the line or if we were just laid off the line.
Talk to, and he knows everything about the product.
Are they stopping?
Is more knowledge.
They started together.
Our guys rolled through perfectly fine, nothing wrong with the car. They just passed through as we planned to. They should be stopping at the next time through, get them some gas, and hopefully nothing's broken. And it's super windy out here as well, as you can tell. So they also finished the first lap in 57 minutes, which is pretty good compared to last year. The last year's first lap was 1 hour and 10, but then again, it is probably a different course, I would assume.
I mean,
it might be the same.
This infield.
You want to give the pit update?
Well, in case you guys are interested in buying one of these nozzles for your gas tank, it ain't the moves, because if your gas neck is the diameter of that, it goes out as a fan like this out of the nozzle, and it seals itself shut and it shoots out about half a gallon of your gas. So instead you just get a little 9-cent little hose and just use it.
So a car had come in right in front of us, and the racer's goal was to get out of the pits before them, which would have been accomplished if it wasn't for this specialty type, like quick fill, I guess. You know, you press it in and it starts pouring out, because it just for dirt bikes.
I think that's what we used for our race.
Either way, it really slowed us down, because instead of filling, like, you have to get it just right, or else it's going to start spilling out everywhere. So we had to try to use this, wasn't working, had to take this off, throw on a new one, then fill it up, and the guy literally left in the amount of time that would have been saved from just having the normal rubber hose. But other than that, they're right on their ass. We should have watched them when they hit the infield. We could have seen. Well, I mean, it would have been cool to see the fight, you know, the battle going on as they took off. Do we know what the lap time for second lap was? 57? Keeping steady, at least. It kept steady at 57 minutes on lap 2. Okay, guys, super important update right now. We broke 450 subscribers. 450. We broke 450 subscribers, and we're on the road to 500 by the end of the year. We got what? 2.5 months. 2.5 months to get less than 50 subscribers. So go ahead and share the channel with anybody you know, share these videos with people who are into off-roading, and let's get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year. But now with race-related information, I'm not sure what time this race is supposed to end. Earlier today I heard 7, but now I'm hearing 6. It's like 5:15 right now. So if it does end at 6, I don't think it's possible for anybody in our class, except maybe the first few rows, to finish all 4 laps before the race time is over. This is one of the downfalls to them procrastinating our start time, because how are we supposed to finish before the event's over? I mean, we're just not. It's not possible. So hopefully at 7, then we will definitely be able to finish. But if it's 6, we're not finishing all 4 laps. We're finishing 3, and then we're hitting the end of the clock because they procrastinated our start time. So I don't know what that's going to look like points wise. I don't know how that's going to affect any of the results, but we're gonna have to find out. I also forgot to mention that weather update. The weather conditions for racing today are super optimal. It is windy, so there's no dust left on the trail. It's blowing it out. It's really cool. It's not like cold, but it's cool. It's like, I don't know, maybe like 60 something. So I don't think their belt's heating up too much, because I checked the water jug for the sprayer on the clutch and they barely used any. So that's good. That means the temperatures are staying really low in the vehicle, and this weather's really playing in our favor. So that's all the updates I have for now. I think also they ended up passing the guy that they were trying to beat out of the pits. They passed him 5 miles after the pits, so that's good. We took that position. We're just gonna have to see what's going on when they come in for the 3rd pit. Well, there they go. They just passed through the pits, but apparently we've lost communications with them, so we couldn't ask if they need a splash of gas before heading into their last lap. So let's just hope that they don't break down out in the course and try reaching out to us, because we cannot hear them. We're getting no comms with them. So surprisingly, they have been progressing in times as well. First lap was 57 minutes, second lap was 56, and this last one I thought was surprisingly fast when I saw them coming in, and it turns out they hit 50 minutes. Especially with shock fade and driver fatigue, that's great that they're cutting down their lap times. And I heard that it is not over at 6. It's just that nobody can start a new lap after 7. So we should be done before 7, I think, if not at 7. So I think we should be fine, knock on wood. What happened? What happened?
You totally won one of those. You finished. What's your name, man?
Eric Reynolds.
Eric?
Bob Furman.
Bob Furman. Great job, you guys. Drove the Escalade here. Yup. LASD Motorsports. Man, made it to the finish. Did you wash this suit before you showed up, or?
No, it's bad luck.
It is bad luck, right? Anyway, so tell me who helps you guys out here to get you to the finish.
We have first, actually, we never thank them. All those guys out there, the team, they help out. Yeah. And then Polaris Government Defense, they're fantastic. Fox Shocks, Privateer Motorsports, they help us out putting it together.
Did I see a KWT air filtration something? I don't know. It's like 19.
Yeah, the KWT is awesome. I think we're right there when they opened that thing up. So we've had it for a long time. They're fantastic. The thing works great.
Somebody knows like everything about all the sponsors. So who else takes care of you?
Yeah, so like Eric said, our partners at Polaris Government Defense, the car was built by Privateer. We're rolling on Raceline tires and our Raceline wheels and GBC tires. Thanks for Lucas Oil, Roadrunner Performance, and then of course Carmel over there at KWT, fantastic air filter system.
Yeah! Hey Bob, that one was still there. You took that one. It's the one over there. It's gone. So it showed us in 30 place.
There's a lot of narrow, like the trees are real narrow, so the trees are whipping and stripping shit off.
Yeah, so we thought you were down.
When we slid into that stump,
yeah.
kept going.
So apparently somebody just roosted them in one of the laps, and this lens on the GoPro just got cracked. Just got nailed to the rock. I'm pretty stoked to go check out the footage so I can see if I can pinpoint that moment, or hopefully this was even on when it happened and you could just see a rock fly at it and shatter the whole thing. But both GoPros are still here, so that's good. Hopefully we could pull some good footage off it for a race recap video. Okay, so we're back at the trailers now outside of the pits. We're unloading and reloading and essentially cleaning everything up right now. And I'm gonna wait till probably when we're back to the house to kind of do like a recap with at least one of the racers, so we can kind of give his give a story of kind of what happened, how it shook down, just a brief little thing, maybe some highlights for us. But first, I think we're gonna go get some food because everybody is starving right now. I'm gonna try to do a quick little walk around so we can see kind of the condition it's in. Real dirty, obviously. Tires held up great, wheels held up great. They hit a stump, I think, which ripped off all of the plastic on the side right here. And that's really the only damage this took. Okay, so my apologies for not catching back up last night after dinner. We went straight from the race, straight to dinner, ate, and then went straight home, and everybody went their own separate ways and went to bed. So as far as any highlights from the racer's point of view, that's all going to be in the next video with the race recap and everything. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video coming out. But we have more pressing issues at hand. So the problem we were running into yesterday when trying to track them on various apps and websites and stuff is it kept saying that we were like in 31st or 36th place, which we knew was absolutely not true, because we were keeping a very steady, very good lap time throughout the laps. But when they pulled in last night from the race, we realized that one of the transponders had fallen off the vehicle. So that means that they weren't being tracked accurately.
That's why I'm thinking they put us in 31st, because 5 other cars, 36 cars, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, all crashed out already before they lost the transponder.
So we can't even give you unofficial results right now, because on the unofficial results page, they have us at 31st, and if you click on the name, it says this racer did not have any lap data. So they literally can't tell how long our laps took, when we came in, at what time, when we started, when we finished, nothing, because we have no transponder. So this leads to the question of how are we going to get placed in the official results? Are they gonna have to go review footage? Do they use one of the other transponders that's used for a different thing, maybe like tracking us on the course? I don't know. I don't know if it says in the rules or how this is gonna work, but at the end of the day, I hope we just don't get screwed here and they say, you know, tough shit, you guys lost your transponder, so you're not getting placed. I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that, but
I don't know how this works. I really don't. But that's what the race recap video is going to be. Once the official results come out and we have a better understanding of how they did the results and we know where we're standing, then that video will definitely be coming out. It'll be very well worth the watch, since we are in the dark right now. We're completely in the dark. Aside from that, like I said yesterday, it kind of looked like the guy on the line that we were taking off with jumped the green light, and it says that there were 2 people that jumped the green light, and we're pretty sure he's one of the 2, which leads to a 5-minute penalty for him. So we weren't slow off the line. We were
on the line.
We were on time. He just got a jump on the green light for God knows what reason, because they told us multiple times at staging right before the race started that if you jump the green light, you got a 5-minute penalty. So that was a bold strategy cut. See if it pays off. But yeah, we think we placed, confidently we can say top 10. Confidently we can say top 10. So I'm very excited to see what these official results are, and I'm excited to see if they handle the situation with grace, or if it's going to get a little dirty trying to fight for our position. But, well, I mean, there's not much more left to say that will be of use until the next video when we do the race recap and have the official results and know how they're handling this. So thank you for joining us on this lovely, quick, like, what, 48 hour journey that we took. Not even 48 hours.
36.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.
myself, man.